Well, it is no secret Americans love to eat, but studies show that we are literally eating ourselves to death, and we really aren't doing nearly enough to stop it. The numbers are just staggering. Just listen to this. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 68% of Americans are overweight. 68%. Of those, half are considered obese or morbidly obese. And obesity takes a serious toll on your heart and on your health. And so when the doctor says that you need to lose weight and get heart healthy, how do you get started quickly and easily? Well, you simply take a walk. So here to help us get moving is fitness expert Adriana Martin. Hey, Adriana.
Hi, how are you?
I am so good. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's nice to see you.
I'm telling you, we always love having you here because, you know, you always give us such great advice, and you have such an impressive list of credentials. Certified personal trainer, certified in sports nutrition, in Pilates. Your list of certifications is very long, obviously, but the bottom line is you spent the last decade helping people get healthy, and not just healthy, but heart healthy as well. And one of the things that we always talk about is heart rate. Let's say somebody does have a sky-high heart rate. What does that mean?
That's an excellent question, but before we get into that, we have to really understand what heart rate is.
Sure.
And it's simply how many times your heart beats per minute. So if your heart rate is high, it means that your heart is working overtime and it's getting way too stressed. So you might run the risk of stroke, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and a bunch of other things that no one wants to have. So we need to really take care of our heart because it's the most important muscle in your body.
And part of that is taking care of our resting heart rate, monitoring our resting heart rate, because we tend to monitor our active heart rate, but when we're at rest, it's just as important, is it not?
You've said it, and most people talk about how high is my heart rate when I'm working out.
I'm working out.
Exactly. Yeah. But you want to know that your resting heart rate is low because that determines how efficient your heart and your lungs are working. And the best way to know what that rate is to take it after you get out of bed.
I got you.
So right after you get up from bed, you take your resting heart rate, and if it's low, it's good. But if you have to make it a little lower, then that means that you have to exercise more.
All right. So exercise doesn't necessarily have to be going to the gym. Doesn't have to be sprinting around a track, does it?
Absolutely not.
It can be walking.
It could be walking because, and I love that you bring up walking because it's a great way and it's easy and most of us do it all the time. But the key is to track how many steps you're taking in a day.
But here's the question, how many steps should we be taking every day?
That's a great question. And the average person takes about 3,000 steps a day. And I'm saying the average person that is not active.
Okay.
So, but guess this, we should be taking 10,000 steps a day.
That sounds like a lot. 10,000?
It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't that much because 2,000 steps equal 1 mile. So 10,000 steps is 5 miles. And yes, for somebody who's not active, it sounds like a lot, but if you start tracking your steps, you'll see that you're already at 3,000. So all you have to do is just make a little effort and walk a little more.
What about the person, though, and I have to say this, who says, you know what, I don't have time to do anything, let alone try to walk.
I get it all the time, and I'm busy, you're busy.
Yeah.
I know, we don't have 2 hours to go to the gym, but you can take your everyday activities and turn them into a walkathon. Like, for example, instead of trying to park close to the entrance, then park farther away, so that way you're forced to walk. Or when you come home from the grocery store, instead of taking all the bags at once into the house.
Like I do.
Yeah, sometimes I'm guilty of doing it, but what you have to do is just take 2 bags, one on each hand, so that you have to make more trips to the kitchen and back, so that way you're staggering the step. You know, if you're cooking, and even if you have to march in place while cooking just to add on that movement in your body, that's all it takes. And you know what? It's worth it.
You know what? I think it's worth it in a lot of ways because just by walking, you're naturally increasing your health and you're losing weight, which is what a lot of us want to do, or either maintain our current weight.
Exactly. So lose weight, lower the risk of high blood pressure, all kinds of diseases, and get healthier. It's like a win-win situation.
You know what? How do we get on track? What's the best way to do that?
For my clients, and I tell people, you know, you get up, I say get up and get moving.
Sure.
But then you need to have a plan. And for that, I recommend this watch.
Ah, I saw that on your wrist there. Yeah, cute.
It's so super cute. It's called the Smart Health Walking Watch, and I love it because it can track your steps and it also measures your heart rate. So you could do, you get a lot for your buck, pretty much.
Sure, too. How does that work?
It's super easy to use. You just put it on, press a couple of buttons, and then you'll see how your steps are going and how many steps you're taking. And then to measure your heart rate, all you gotta do, and this is my favorite part, you just gotta put your finger on top of it, and then just wait, and then you'll see what's your heart rate. So it's impressive, it's amazing, and it's super easy to use, and it'll help your health tremendously.
All right, got a little confession for you. When this came into our studios, I snatched it up because I'm competitive. I wanted to see, just like, let's say an average day here at our studios, I really wanted to try it out for myself to see how much I would walk in the average work day. And so what I did was I gave it a try right here in our studios. Let's take a look. Work. Hey guys. You know what? I actually wasn't walking that fast. They had me in fast motion, but it was fun because I would say by lunchtime I had done about 2,500 steps. At the end of the day, I did about 5,000. But that's here, you know, in our studios. That's not being out and going shopping and doing stuff that I would normally do in an off day. And the more I walked, the more I wanted to keep walking.
That's motivating because we're competitive by nature and we all seek that instant gratification. Unfortunately, if we don't channel that right, then we'll go for the piece of cake. But you know,
I can walk to a piece of cake too now. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, don't be getting any ideas. But the good thing is that you see the numbers here. You're seeing the steps, and then you say, okay, I have 200 more to go to hit my goal for today. Like those 5,000 steps. Or yesterday I did 5,000. Today I want to do 5,500 or 6,000. Sure. So it's motivating, it makes you feel good about yourself, and you're getting healthier. When you're feeling good about yourself and having fun, you're more likely to stay with the program than if it's something that you're not feeling comfortable with. So this is easy to wear, comfortable.
And you know, we should emphasize that this pedometer really isn't for, let's say, the gym rats or people who are training for a marathon or just those hardcore weightlifters. This is for the person who really maybe just be getting started or wants to continue to just try to maintain a healthy way of life.
Exactly. This is for the person who wants to lose weight and wants to reduce high blood pressure and improve heart health, overall wellness. So for somebody who just wants to get healthier and feel better about themselves, this is perfect.
Well, speaking of feeling better, I'm looking at you. And you're carrying a little something extra there. 7 months pregnant. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I know that you're a healthy person anyway, but for our viewers at home who may be thinking, because I'm pregnant, there's really not a lot I can do, you can actually use this device during pregnancy, right?
Absolutely. Now, I tell everybody, not just pregnant women, always get medical clearance from your doctor. Once you have that, then just go about it. And if you're pregnant, this is not an excuse. It's actually the moment to stay in the best shape possible. And whether you're younger or older, it doesn't matter. It is time to take care of our hearts.
All right. So with all that said, where can we find it?
Check your local pharmacy stores and you will find it where the blood pressure products are to measure your blood pressure and all of that. This is a healthy device, so it's going to be on the health section, not necessarily on the fitness section, although it is for fitness and health and fun.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of fun, in about 2 months, you're going to be having a lot of fun. Congratulations.
Thank you
It is
so
always
much.
good to see you here on The Balancing Act.
Thanks.
And for our viewers at home, to find out more about the Smart Health Walking Watch and counting your own steps, check out smarthealthusa.com.